Hello and welcome to the Yard Red Festival Finals here on HeflaTV 2. Originally this was planned to be streamed on ESFX, but I'm glad you found your way to this stream because this is where we're here to stay, as ESFX stream is having a little bit of issues. So we're here on HeflaTV 2 bringing you the coverage of the Yard Red Festival. I'm Grant I'll be joined again by HeflaMoke through the duration of this best of 5. Virtus.pro Polar are going to start things off with a 1-game advantage since they came through the upper bracket.
Yeah, and this tournament, it took ages to actually finish it, but finally, like, this is the best of 5 final we've been waiting for. Like, all those teams, Hellraisers and Virtus.pro Polar, they prevailed. I mean, at least Virtus.pro Polar, they were kind of the favorite. Hellraisers, they have, like, the last month, at least, like, a nice streak. Sometimes a bit like Power Rangers, where there are some games where you can question what's going on and everything, but overall, a good performance. So, yeah, those finalists, they definitely deserve to be here. And well, let's see. I'm just still busy assigning everything on all the streams because we changed it, but I hope some people still find it here.
Absolutely. Still hoping, or at least I'm personally hoping the Hellraisers can come back after a winner's bracket disadvantage, and they definitely have the potential to. Hellraisers looking pretty strong, at least in this tournament, and as of late, inside the European scene, and Virtus.pro, not to take anything away from them, also doing pretty well. They're going to start things off this game around with an Ogre Magi first pick. No huge surprises there, but it's a solid way to open up.
Yep, absolutely. Ogre Magi, like, I mean, we just casted, okay, you actually not, but me and Coucher casted 3 games, you casted 3 games, I'm on my 6th game now in a row. Like, Virtus.pro, I say, Virtus.pro, the original squad versus Denial, then Virtus.pro versus Power Rangers, and now we have even more CIS Dota coming our way with Hellraisers and Virtus.pro Polar. The drafts look very similar, I have to say. Ogre Magi, Jakiro preferred, like, the Brewmaster in all games, like in all 6 games so far, has been banned out. And, well, like, right now we could just go with what we had all the other games. Maybe we even see an Anti-Mage today, again, after 3 in a row.
For sure. I think there's pretty high potential for an Anti-Mage, especially from Virtus.pro. Illidan, even when Anti-Mage wasn't very popular, you can always count on Illidan carrying through a game, and has done so on AM. His Morphling's also pretty high up there, and with Bloodlust already backing it up, definitely something for Hellraisers to consider banning come the 2nd stage, or maybe even the 5th ban, depending on how they feel this draft is going to commence. Either way, we do have Hellraisers eating through a large chunk of their reserve time. Nobody's actually disconnected, so this is actually just them thinking a lot about the 2nd pickup for them. They start things off with the Jakiro, and let's see how they're going to follow it up, or how deep they want to commit into this push. Although you can go for an all-in pushing strat around Jakiro, usually Liquid Fire is enough to secure those early T1s.
Well, for now, it's quite interesting. I mean, the Jakiro just standing there alone, and he's looking for 4 friends, and, well, the first friend is coming up. It's a Dazzle, but it's a very early Dazzle pick, which means there's always the possibility of an Axe. An Axe is absolutely cockblock. Never mind that. I erased the entire comment. Rewind. It's really a horrible pick into a Dazzle, but at the moment Virtus.pro, they just go for a Slark, and if they want to, they could still go for the Axe. That's why I don't like the Dazzle so early on.
Yeah, and even if they don't pick up an Axe, Dazzle's probably not going to get banned out by Virtus.pro Polar, and I think you can leave it until later on in the pool, especially if you were considering at any point picking up like a Tidehunter or Faceless Void, one of these hard-hitting and probably more stable picks than the Dazzle. You can be really scary, and the minus armor, you can build around that and build yourself a really aggressive lineup, but honestly, I think he's better reserved towards the 2nd picking stage at the very least, and probably 5th pick, to be honest.
Yeah, and by the way, is my static better now?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, so then I guess it was just something with my microphone, but either way, looking at it, it's Zeus. That's the 3rd Zeus for today again. I mean, we have different teams here, but still, I'm just looking at the draft. So Zeus again, we had one by G being played, but Hellraisers, they go for the big fat ultimate, so that's an enigma. Synergy is definitely there. I mean, Jakiro, Macropire holding it in place, Ice Path after the, either before or after the Black Hole. And a Dazzle, like, once you have your core jumping in there, also, like, doing quite some damage with the healing wave. That whole thing then spiced with a big fat weave on all the people. So it is a wombo combo if you play it right. But then again, yeah, we saw a lot of Enigmas that are not too successful with it. Naga Siren now. Okay.
This is going to set up for that combination that you were talking about earlier. Works really well with Jakiro. This is one of those TI3 combinations, like the Jakiro and Naga Siren, where you just Song into Ice Path Macro Power, and then you can also follow up with the Black Hole. These heroes are kind of ones that are around those big plays. For VP, they're going to look more for those solo pickoffs between Slark, Zeus, and Batrider. Blink Daggers on all three of those would be wonderful tools for them, in particular on the Bat. Hellraisers, they want to take this game as late as possible. Even though Slark is a good late game hero in his own right, definitely can't outpush a Naga Siren. So Hellraisers, they just want to slow down the pace of this game as much as possible. But VP, I think they have potential to just get a really aggressive roaming support duo and punish this fact, as the Enigma in the woods and Dazzle is the only support really aren't going to be able to accomplish much aggressive on their own right. Really all that Dazzle can offer is a heal and a Shallow Grave.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, the Naga Siren, I mean, I already talked about the Black Hole of the Enigma and the Naga Siren with the Radiance Burns and whatnot. Like, it's a lot of clusterfuck that's gonna happen if they actually get what they want. But then again, like, I'm not sure if we're gonna see those clutch fights, because we have a Batrider singling out a target. We have the Zeus who can burst down 1 or 2 targets very easily, especially when it comes to Enigma. This Enigma needs desperately a BKB this game, because there is a Batrider waiting for her, like that's a Flame Break, so he has to be immune against this one. There's a Zeus interrupt, there's an Ogre interrupt, and even if he has the BKB, the Batrider could still go and lasso him, and that's of course bad news. They're gonna pick a Pugna on top of all of this.
Completely unexpected, at least for me.
Yeah.
This changes the dynamic of their draft. Instead of wait for Naga Siren to get that, it's push and draw as much attention away from Naga as you can. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. And if the man behind the curtain gets a really quick Radiance, things could get problematic for Virtus Pro, or maybe it's even a support Naga. However, if they laned it that way, you'd be running with the core Dazzle, which I think is highly unlikely.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't like a Pugna pick when you have like a lot of Magical Burst on the other side already, because if you use it defensively, or for example because someone is under attack of a Slark, you might just have a new opening for the Ogre Magi and the Zeus, and the Zeus is saying thank you if you actually, like, I don't know, buff someone with Decrepify there. That's tons of more magical damage, and the Ogre Magi, I just imagine like a triple multicast. That's really bad news.
It is. Honestly, I don't think Decrepify is going to be used defensively hardly at all for the Pugna. Maybe if it's just the Slark that they can see, but even if the Slark is the only one jumping on you, you have the global Zeus ultimate that could finish off a target as well, usually when you'd want to use that Decrepify defensively. So more than anything, I think Pugna is going to be avoiding that spell for the most part of this game. It's going to be a last pick Visage for Virtus Pro, and honestly, I quite like it. This aggressive roaming potential from Ogre and Visage is quite scary. Even though we don't see the Drow or Lycanthrope paired with the Visage to give him that extra physical damage, I think as a hero, just on its own, Visage should be picked up a lot more.
Yeah, to be honest, like when it comes purely to the draft, and I mean, we have been trying to predict certain outcomes today in the 6 matches we casted already, and so far I have been right for most of it under like certain conditions. Right now, VP Polar definitely has my thumbs up for this. I mean, they're not just a game ahead in this, also the draft here, I think they could get it to a 2-0 right away with this draft. Then again, we have a Naga, and we have that Black Hole. So if everything goes right, we find the right Black Hole, and we find the right farm on the Naga, this might as well be just Hellraiser's game. So let's say it's all open with a small advantage or draft advantage on Virtus Pro side. Let's see. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm completely right. We're going to find out, but first we're going to introduce the players, of course.
On the side of Hellraisers, we are going to have Afoninj playing on the Pugna. Goddamn, going to be farming on that Enigma inside the jungle. Artis on the safe lane farming Naga Siren. Dread on the Dazzle, leaving last but not least Goretz on the Jakiro bottom.
Yep, and on the other side, on the Slark, we have Illidan, of course. Then we have Lil waiting with the Visage for the rune. Then on the other rune, we have FNG playing the Ogre Magi at the moment, Mac playing the Batrider, and in the mid, of course, we have DK Phobos on the Zeus. And everybody is super friendly. Good luck, have fun, good luck alone, have fun alone. A lot of wishes for Mac, so sportsmanship is definitely there. The runes are spawning in about 2 seconds, and it looks like Virtus Pro, they're gonna pick it up. Regeneration rune, so FNG was actually looking forward to I don't know, blow his Ignite on someone and then take the regeneration rune, but it didn't really happen. But of course, the Slark is happy. Illidan is starting with like 1 creep and a tiny bit gold as an advantage.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that regeneration rune is actually denied. Since he wasn't able to find anything, it's pretty worthless as far as runes are concerned. The Ogre has set his way up towards top, blocking the creeps with the Batrider. They will miss a little bit, but honestly, the killing potential on this lane is fairly limited. But then again, Dazzle and Nagasarn, they're not killing the Batrider anytime soon. FNG is just going to be able to throw Ignites here and there. Mid lane also should be more or less a wash, as Ninja and DK Phobos should be able to farm with Blast as well as Chain Lightning, or rather Arc Lightning, respectively. Bottom lane's where we probably have the most killing potential if a stray pounce lands onto Goretz, but more than anything, this laning situation isn't really lending itself towards any obvious killing potential.
Well, also top, I think there's a lot of potential in this lane. Mac, if he gets like the level 2 Sticky Napalm, like Ignite slow, plus maybe a Fire Blast if FNG is level 2, but at the moment he's holding back, he wants that the Batrider gets level 2 ASAP. And then if Artes is like, yeah, just in that position right there with 3 or 4 stacks, I don't think he can do anything. He will just get burned down, especially because he will not go for any point in the ensnare right away, or maybe he will go for 1 point in there, but still, you have that crazy turn rate, and that's always bad news. However, we have Gorik just going a little man fight versus Lil Hardy here, and I don't know, nobody will win this for sure. They can't really kill each other, but when it comes to harass damage, the Jakiro will definitely win over a Visage.
For sure. But once we have some more levels up on the Visage, Goretz needs to be careful if he does get tagged by the Pounce, and maybe even now, with Grave Shield opening up, it's an easy Pounce for him. With the Soul Assumption already maxed out, at least for this level, they're going to throw the first one into Goretz, and now they're going to be forced to pull back. As with Boots on that Visage, he is able to run away to safety, although it's still going to be a lot of harass that sticks, forcing him to ferry himself out of South.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, so far the game is relatively passive, but obviously top, they're trying to do those side pills, and Artes, it seems to be, well, what he's trying to go for. But now, maybe he's a bit too aggressive, and exactly that's coming what I expected. But they turn it instantly around. Nice healing wave there. But unfortunately, the healing wave came too fast. If he would have waited for those illusions, I think we might have seen, like, our first blood on the Batrider. But the healing wave came so fast that the illusions weren't really out. But in the end, at least both sides get a ton of damage. Dazzle, however, is pretty close to being so he has to use the clarity and he has to be careful that it's not getting interrupted.
Even if he looks like he's out of mana, he does have 7 stick charges as well. Up against the Batrider, getting that early stick, even on your supports, is super, super useful. So he's probably always going to have those spells in reserve. For now, he's maxing out the Poison Touch without a point to Grave. So that might get punished, but I don't think so. For now, we're just in for an absolute farm fest. Mid lane's more or less a wash. Slight advantage towards Pugna up against DK Phobos, but that's not going to hurt the Zeus all that much. Safe lane farmers, Slark is getting the better hand, but then again, you have an Enigma that hasn't been touched either.
Yeah, at the moment, the Pugna versus the Zeus, that's kind of, yeah, it's something that's completely even. 17 versus 14 CS. Of course, the Zeus should have actually like a tiny advantage because he can CS with Arc Lightning. And when it comes then, I don't know, to the later levels, if the Zeus is full mana and level 6, I'm pretty sure he can burst down the Pugna, because Pugna is not coming along with a lot of HP pool as such, like 625. If you have some harass damage before, that should be doable. But for now, we also have the 4-minute runes, so these are gonna be quite important. At the moment, it looks like Gork is not heading towards it, so we have to see who's splitting up in what direction. The Pugna, of course, he might go for the bottom rune. And if that's, for example, a haste rune, never mind. It's a bounty rune, but picked up by the Visage. Pugna is not leaving his lane. That's also quite interesting.
Yeah, he didn't get it pushed out enough to where he could comfortably leave it, but I still think that it's worthwhile to look for that rune. It's going to be both picked up by Virtus Pro Polar, DD on DK Phobos, although he's not going to use the DD per se very effectively. It might secure him a last hit here or there. The extra mana regen is what's really in it for the Zeus.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, do we have a go here on Gorik? There's still a pounce to land, and yeah, he lands it, and he's still in a nice range here, not having any trouble with the tower, and that's of course an easy first blood. Also nice gold for Illidan, obviously, and he is now level 6, which means for the Jakiro, this is bad news. With the Slark being level 6, which means he can dive you under the tower, that means you have to swap to a very, very passive approach on that offline.
You really do. And even if Slark isn't diving the Jakiro under tower, it also takes away Jakiro's only way to take over this lane or accomplish anything at all, which is the constant Ras coming out from Liquid Fire and Dual Breath, which now just isn't going to stick. Illidan can just pop off over into the fog in the right side or into the left side, and we'll be just fine. Batrider has been zoned out of the lane, but now at level 4 is going to start looking for it, but oh, they found the pounce. Goritz is going to be brought down very easily. Soul Assumption flying through is going to secure the kill.
Yep, kill secured. We've just been talking about it. Exactly what I talked about happened, and now the Slark is level 6. He didn't even need his Shadow Dance right there. And what is he going for? Is this Midas right away? Is the Midas recipe already on the way? No.
No.
But it could be a Maelstrom. I actually seen a Maelstrom Slark this month, this week even, I think.
I'm leaning towards the Midas. Maelstrom has its merits, but I think as far as heroes that can get away with the Midas, Slark is pretty high on top of the list, and he is going to have it at a very fast time, even after backing off for Power Treads and Orb of Venom. So it's not going to be the fastest Midas by any means, but he should be getting it very soon. Goddamn, inside the river, Thunderbolted down, gonna get the Black Hole on too, but burns down to the Ignite. Wasted Black Hole and a kill going the way of the enemy team, and now they turn for Afro Ninja, completely tapped out of mana. They don't have another stun from Ogre, so that's going to be the end of the aggression, but still wins all around for VPP.
Yeah, Hellraisers. This is exactly what I said in the draft. Like the Enigma, you really gotta be careful. I mean, he got a beautiful Black Hole, but he got it after all the bursts came down. The Zeus even, like, he even had the ultimate ready if he wanted to. That would have been enough to secure the kill, but even before, before the Black Hole came out. So I thought maybe if he survives a tiny bit longer, the Pugna would be able to do enough damage on the Ogre, but in the end, FNG just too tanky and everything like that really didn't work out. So Virtus Polar at the moment, like 3 kills ahead, 6 minutes in, the farm absolute shifting in their favor. The only upside obviously is that like the Enigma had quite a decent farm in jungle as usual. That's what you expect from Enigma. But also Artes is doing quite okay-ish, I say. And as long as you have a Naga farming, then everything is okay. But of course you also have to be careful because that Slark has to be stopped at some point.
Yeah, yes, and it doesn't feel like they have the tools in order to do so. Naga Siren, her Radiance needs to be an absolute game changer for Hellraisers, and it's not going to come for quite some time. Even though Naga Siren has good farm, she's not getting kills, and Slark is going to overtake her. Although, cleaning up this stack definitely would help out quite a bit.
Yep, and well, DK Phobos super low in the mid here, still has stick charges and whatnot. He's actually using his 10 stick charges just to stay in lane, and of course he's also ready if there's any engagement. Oh, but the Pugna is coming in, and look at all that damage. He should have gone back, but he was so greedy, he was like, nah, I just gonna get some more CS, some more experience and everything. But yeah, it didn't really work out, and now Hellraisers, they go for what they are actually planning with their draft. Go for maximum push. We have a level 4 Nether Blast and enough mana to bring down this tower. There's Liquid Fire as well, level 3 actually. And yeah, this is so much pressure on the tower. Look at this. Yeah. Within like 10 seconds they brought this tower like that low, and with the next Nether Blast he doesn't have the mana for it, but they have Liquid Fire. The question is, no deny is coming out, but instead they're gonna get the kill here on the Pugna. That's guaranteed already. And now of course Gorak, you have to run because he doesn't have Ice Blast, which means if they pursue him, which is slows and whatnot, he's very susceptible to kills.
For sure. Goritz is going to be able to make it out there alive. The move before by DK Phobos, I honestly didn't understand. You can see that indicator from the Netherward, even if the Netherward itself is invisible, and I don't know, just really greedy coming out from the Zeus. It's not going to hurt him that much, but in his delayed effectiveness it is. He could be looking for ganks now if he didn't actually die there. Visage is going to pick up his level 6, and it's a pretty darn fast one for Lil. It's another tool that they have at their disposal, and Ogre has been picking up some experience up towards top, but not that much. Familiars are flying through, haven't gotten their damage onto anybody, but they're going to focus down Artis with the damage of the Familiars as well as the double drops. It's going to drop Artis to about a third with no follow-up. That's probably going to be another tower towards Hellraisers. Even after a pretty disastrous start to this game, they're still able to maintain this pressure just because Jakiro and Pugna are so great at pushing down tier 1s.
Yep, and with this tier 1 tower, like this is exactly what they need to support Artis. Artis has now level 1 Song, which means they can actually extend further into this lane, maybe even apply some pressure and then pop the Song if it gets too stressy. But so much burst damage already coming out, like in the end the Jakiro is gonna fall. They still have the Song if they want to, but he's going for the illusions instead, and now they have to run. They have to be really, really careful. In the end, so much damage coming even on Aphonia here, but well, they make it out. But to be honest, if I actually thought that Naga is going instantly for the song as soon as he sees like the Ogre popping out from the side. That would have saved them, but well, they didn't go for it. Midas, by the way, finished on Enigma and, oh my god, Alphonia wanted to go to the rune, the 10 minutes rune, but the Zeus, he doesn't have ultimate anymore. That would have been an easy kill now. You can't run from heaven.
No, you can't. He used it in that last fight, and you can't blame him for it. Zeus is one of the best, if not the best heroes at filling up soul assumption bars for the Visage. Even just one chain lightning, if it bounces through with that static, what's the passive called? Static field, as well to boost that up. They have a lot of burst on their team, but they need to put it to work. Slark goes for this Midas. It's not going to affect Illidan's fighting potential in a negative fashion, but VPP need to start looking for kills, in particular onto Artis, as he's saving up for the Relic, and he's going to have it at a pretty decent timing as well. 2200 gold saved up.
Yeah, but at the moment, Gork, he really wants to push that tier 1 tower, but I don't think he should do that. There is a Fire Blast, there is an Ignite waiting for him, as well as a slow by the Visage, and also Batrider is somewhat hanging around that area. He has enough gold almost for that Blink Dagger, so Gork, get the hell out of there. Like, that's definitely not a good idea to stick around. And yeah, he finally saw it. I think it's daytime. He saw the Visage coming from the side with the Familiar, so that was too hot for him. Right decision, because he would have died in that lane.
For sure. Now with the Blinking Batrider, Mag picks up that item. It's also going to get really dangerous for Hellraisers if they ever got caught out by themselves. Even the Naga Siren, if they have any backup. And speaking of Naga, Naga is going to eat quite a lot of damage while trying to clear up this stack, and if the Slark catches a pounce, could be disastrous. He might pop the ultimate to go for this. He's going to purge off any slows or what have you, but decides just to steal a couple of these creeps, which also has its merits. Song forced out by Artis, as Zeus was throwing out a couple of connect fields, and they're looking for the follow-up. Micropower on the ground into the black hole. Not chained perfectly, but it might still be enough to kill off Illidan. He has the ultimate. He's going to be able to pop it, pounce the low ground. Illidan is going to be just fine now that Zeus drops a couple of nukes. Everything spent for literally nothing.
Yep, and they want to even go for more. And at the moment, like, Alphonia trying to soak F&G dry here, but the Batrider is coming to the rescue. But still, like, they're not getting him, and that is a puppy paws at its best.
Yeah.
Any Savis. What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm no linguist. I speak only English. I'm a dumb hamburger.
Gamboga? Gamboga?
Absolutely.
I think we just put, like, something into the flames to the Twitch chat once you said that.
Yeah, I mean, it's already full of, this is Russian chat max reposts, so, I mean, how bad can it get?
But oh my god, look at this. Enigma being stunned up, and the Zeus just making a quick end here with a level 4 Lightning Bolt. Still, like, this combination, I mean, the combination we saw, it was actually nicely executed, but it needed additional damage. The problem is the Naga didn't have any bottle charges and no stick charges left. If he could have gone for that level 4 Riptide on the Slark in the black hole, would have been an easy kill. But instead, the Pugna was not there for the burst damage, and the Naga was not there. So the Slark is surviving, even though they committed a black hole for it. So everything is still going fine. Never mind that. Slark just found a random Pugna kill in the jungle, which I completely missed.
I did too. I was looking at Zeus and his new item pickup. It is a Midas for DK Phobos. Greed gaming from both sides.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. I don't like this Midas on Zeus. I think him going for a Blink Dagger would have been a more useful pickup, but this does make me kind of question if they want to go for late game with Naga Siren. Zeus, as far as heroes that are good against Naga, is pretty solid, being able to take out a lot of the Illusion's HP with his Arc Lightning as well as with the passive. But even more than that, Naga Siren is a carry that never wants to build BKB, and up against his Zeus, that makes Zeus's effectiveness in the game a lot... It lasts for a lot longer than it usually does.
Absolutely, and well, they're still gonna get tower, and to be honest, with this tower we might actually see the gold required for Artis to finally get his relic. This is 13 minutes in. It's not the fastest one, and Hellraisers, they're also starting to be behind in the kills for too much, to be honest. I thought they're gonna find a bit more, but it's the second time we see a black hole, for example, not having any result. But Artis, he's gonna finish his relic here in the top line with the next 1, 2, 3 creep waves, maybe in some neutral creeps. But the Slark at the moment, he's online. I mean, not really online as in items, but he has a haste rune, and even with only that Midas, he can go for something. But bottom, yeah, they're just gonna blow up the Jakiro. Too fast to cast even. That was just coming from the side and exploding him right away.
Yeah, no lasso necessary, just Thunderbolt Soul Assumption. That's the end of Jakiro's life. VPP, their lineup is so incredibly scary for Hellraisers at this point, and honestly, I think fighting into it is almost a death sentence. They're going to try to continue up this push, and they kind of have to with the heroes that they've gone for. When you have a Pugna, if you're not putting pressure on tier 2 towers, at about this point, you might as well have gone for another hero, and they've also committed a hero and an Enigma to that, and, well, it's just looking really scary for them. Goddamn also committing towards Mice, it's going to mean a faster BKB for him, and that's entirely necessary, even though they're tools to cancel the Black Hole through BKB, like the lasso from the Batrider. It doesn't really matter, he's not going to survive long enough to get the Black Hole off unless he has that item.
Absolutely. 9-1 at the moment. Hellraisers. Well, Naga or not Naga, you need to get some kills here and there. Like, otherwise, you're gonna have like huge streaks on Virtus Polar, and they're just continuing this. The Enigma, I said it in the draft already, he needs the BKB desperately, and actually he's on a good way to it. Alone, the Enigma is of course a good farmer. With the Midas, he went for, of course, even faster. The Ogre Club is done, the Mithril Hammer is already up, and we just need the recipe now on him. That's of course pretty good news. So only the Batrider is to stop him when it comes to a direct fight. And, well, the problem is the 2 black holes we saw, they never ended in anything good. So we have to see where this one is going once he has a BKB.
Illidan, he's pooling up quite a large lump sum of gold on his person. After the next Midas usage, he's going to be ticked over the edge of 3,100. Where do you think he's going to go with this item build? I'm kind of feeling Scotty Rush.
Why not? He has a nice start. He has... he has the Midas running for him. He can try it, sure.
Yeah, and he's going to have an absurdly fast rate. Look at the net worth. They will blow up the Enigma. They found him. This is the gang squad that I probably should have been looking at. Slark's going to push the tier 1 tower up top. And VPP, they're strangling Hellraisers off of this map. Even though there is a relic on Naga, still a decent way away from that Radiance. And even when she has it, what does it really matter? Instead of going for the Scotty I was talking about earlier, it's going to be a one-shot bot Shadowblade up for Illidan. And as far as Shadowblade games are concerned, I think this is a really good one. Usually I like Blink Dagger a lot better on Slark, but with the map control they're able to seize and the aggressive playstyle that VP are going for, I think it's good, if not the right choice.
Yeah, and they're gonna keep on pushing towers. I mean, the relic is already up, now we're working towards that Radiance recipe. The cliff is being used, but they still stick around. I guess they have the Naga Song, so they're well aware of the fact that if they initiate, there's Naga Song on and there's nothing they can do. Naga Song on, and like everybody retreat. Or is this a setup for a black hole? Nope, this is a retreat. Everybody's just going out. The last one standing here is the Pugna, but nope, they're not gonna find him.
First, you should Shadowblade generally is to look for kills. I'm not sure if they actually spotted out the Shadowblade on Illidan beforehand, but either way, it is revealed now. Could have been disastrous. It is going to cost them a Song TP. They get some damage off onto this tier 2 tower, but honestly not sure if that's entirely worth it. Up towards the Dire jungle, Hardy, or rather Lil and DK Phobos, are able to make themselves scarce after farming up a couple of jungle camps. Nothing's actually broken out yet. Mechanism for Hellraisers. The 4 heroes that we've kind of been looking at pushing around need to start pushing even more, and Midas Gaming, I'm having flashbacks to like very early 6.79. That's 3 for VPP.
Yep, absolutely. But like, this is one of those games I would laugh so loud if Hellraisers like get down to like even pushing towards tier 3 towers with not having more than 1 kill, because that's what it looks like at the moment. Like, they get all their little goals for their draft done. But yeah, when it comes to kills, like, who cares about kills? Nobody needs kills. But either way, Slark just wants to get that tower, but you don't have a Blink Dagger or anything on the Enigma, so that would have been a perfect timing for a black hole. The easy kill on the Slark, but yeah, that's a downside of going directly for the Enigma BKB. By the way, I hate it, actually. Like, you remember that time, early 2.14, even 2.13, like, Enigma Blink Dagger Rush was like a legit thing, and like the majority of Enigmas went for it, even in the tier 1 scene. And now I don't know, maybe 20%, if that's even, I think that's even too high, of Enigmas go for a Blink Dagger. And I don't like it, because I see so many situations where Enigma would find a perfect black hole with a Blink Dagger.
Especially when you have an ally other than the Enigma to go for the mech pick off on a Naga Siren, Illidan finding it solo. I wasn't expecting that to go down, but Song was on cooldown for the greater portion of another minute, and Slark's just able to burst her without any help. Zeus Ultimate wasn't even expend for that. I did not think Naga would die.
Yeah, that was well Shadowblade, and she didn't expect that, and that's actually quite a huge blow, because she was on 1.1k which means pretty close to that goddamn Radiance recipe. Now she's down to 800 and out of the game for about 25 seconds. So really, really bad news. Slark fishing in the mid for something. A Dazzle, for example, would be a nice target. Of course, he has the Shallow Crave and should be just able to TP out. Problem is, he doesn't even have a TP scroll right now.
Yeah, BKB's up on the Enigma, so killing him is also off the table, but Illidan, even if he doesn't find kills, just the pressure that he's putting onto Hellraisers is going to make them scared of going into their own jungle. They're forced to ward it up, which is already some money spent by the supports, and honestly, Slark doesn't have to go back into that jungle to still have had an impact there. The Naga Siren is not going to be comfortable farming anywhere. He's already shown that he can kill off that Naga solo, and unless there's a Dazzle right behind her, or a song available for artists, which there is now, she's probably just straight up dead.
It's kind of funny what they do at the moment. Like, I like what they do right now, merely for the fact that Illidan is stealing, like, the dire jungle creeps, and on the other side, we never mind that, they just got a super fast kill on Mac in the mid. But still, my thought was, like, we have farmers in the Dire and the Radiant jungle, but both goes in favor for Virtus Polar. So I'm not sure, like, if Artis is happy about it, because he thought he can, I don't know, stay on his half of the map and just farm away, but it's not really happening. But oh my god, there Illidan finds the swap on Gorak. Easy kill, the Zeus contributing to this one.
Yeah, and it's going to be Illidan to mop that one up, and even if you clear out these Naga Siren illusions, it doesn't look like a significant pickoff, but that costs Artis indirectly probably like 3 jungle creeps, at the very least at this point, if you mop up one of those Elus. So it's still really important, huge kill advantage towards VPP, and the way they're abusing the map, it's just really solid. Hellraisers, they have decent map vision, but their control over it's incredibly limited. Radiance down for Naga Siren. Hellraisers, they need to buy themselves another 20 minutes, but even if they do, I think this is a really good read by Virtus Pro Polar. It looks really awkward to see 3 Midases, but Virtus
No,
Pro,
it's actually, in this case, it's not. Because right now, they control the map, they control their entire jungle. If anyone crosses the river line, they are pretty much dead. The Slark is even so bold that he goes for his own Ancients and whatnot, and going for the enemy jungle as well. So all that plus 3 Midases, what else can you ask for? But maybe we're gonna see a kill now here on the Zeus, but the Zeus, well, he has a BKB. In theory, he can just use that BKB and TP out, and it should be just fine, because the right click is not the highest at the moment on Hellraisers. But still, I mean, we are 12-2, 21 minutes in here. The Naga just found the Radiance. I'm not sure if that's really enough, because if you also look at the items on top of all that Midas gaming, we have now a mech done, or almost done, on the Visage. Like, we have the Slark having nice farm, all the BKB, so they don't have to fear this. The only thing they have to fear is really Hellraiser's Black Hole. That's about it. If the Black Hole is completely whiffed, VP Polar will just rush through.
It's a situation where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Illidan, BKB pop going straight into Goddamn, is going to miss pounds because of the Black King bar onto Enigma. Now Illidan netted down, they're going to drop the Zeus ultimate, solo Black Hole into Illidan, but nobody's focusing down. That Black Hole did absolutely nothing. And now they're looking for a little bit more pounds for it. It's going to miss, but they lasso down Artis. Artis trying to get off the song. Can he even do it? The Zeus focuses him down, he's going to survive, but not for long enough. Can't get a single spell through, and Goddamn trying for the TP is going to succeed, but he's the only one to live. Virtus Pro Polar crushed the fight.
Absolutely, but I mean, this was such an obvious trap. I mean, they know the Slark is around. They had one sentry there, but till they saw it, like, the Enigma was already initiated upon. Like, we had the Batrider, the only victim, by the way, on Virtus Pro's side, like, waiting already in the trees, waiting for, like, the fight to come, like, maybe picking off the Enigma, but in the end he just even waited till the Slark just, I don't know, brought them in a very bad position already. Yeah, they lose 4 for 1, and now that means a tier 2 tower. And all this gold they already have. I mean, this is 12, almost 13, 14k in experience, and in gold we are above the 10k mark already. Virtus Pro are just looking too good at the moment, and all this is supported by 3 Midases. I have no idea how Hellrangers want to stop this farm train.
Midas usually is an item to get you back to the game, or ensure yourself late game, but right now, Virtus Pro Polar are begging Hellraisers to punish them. They're like, we're gonna go for 3 Midases, and you better try to fight us. And they can't. So it's an item that probably on face value doesn't really accomplish much, but it's also giving them so much experience. Look at the levels. That's dirty. Level 17 on the Slark, and the next highest is the Enigma on Hellraisers with 14, and he's one of the ones that went for Midas. Every single hero of Virtus Pro Polar is above the heroes on Hellraisers, with the exception being that Enigma.
Yeah, I mean, there's still hopes on the Naga, but the Naga has been just found by the Slark, and he doesn't care about Song because there's a BKB. He even used it. I mean, it's down to 8 seconds, but the Illidan is at the moment on Wicked Sick, even cleaning up the neutral stack plus the Eidolons. It's just bad news. Artis was Hellraiser's last hope, but he's just not getting through. But then again, they're also far away from a GG, it seems.
Oh. Ninja behind the tier 2 tower is going to mech, but the ultimate on Illidan, he's going to kill off that ward, and now potentially going to Ninja, especially with the lasso. The Grave comes out, that's not going to save you. He's going to burn the fire and the flames. 1 HP, not going to help him. However, another heal. Ninja's fighting for a lot longer than he thought he would. The Ice Path comes through, ward's dropping low, but not low enough. Slark is going to pounce out, and for now, nobody actually dies, but that's Hellraisers, forced to fight behind their tier 2 tower, and they're not even able to make a turn.
Yep, I mean, this is Hellraisers just getting played with. Illidan is keeping them occupied and busy while all the others are farming. I mean, at the moment, that Visage is I don't know, it feels like he's like some sort of core, because he's always in lane. He doesn't even work with the Familiars. The Familiars actually jungle at the same time he is farming on lane. And yeah, Slark is just doing the best job he can. He's just keeping them all busy, and the rest of Virtus Pro Polar, they just farm away.
Mm-hmm. And that's eventually going to strangle out Hellraisers. This game isn't entirely over. It's hard to count out Naga, it's hard to count out Black Hole, but if there was a game to do so, it feels like this one might be it. It's going to involve a lot of Virtus Pro Polar being out of position, or maybe just laxing the pressure. If they just farm their own jungle and let this Naga Siren get fat, maybe they're in a little bit of trouble, but even then, I think the Midases will make up for it at that point. Virtus Pro Polar are currently in a situation where if they play any style of game well, they're going to be completely fine. They can play the passive game, they can play a super aggressive game, they can play something in between where they look for towers but still farm, which is what they're doing now. It doesn't matter as long as they don't make huge mistakes.
Yep, 17-3, and that Naga is so far away from any additional items on top of her Radiance. I mean, the Radiance at 21 minutes, that wasn't already like the fastest because, okay, he had a good start into the first 2k gold, but then the rest came so slow. The recipe being delayed by 2 deaths, and well, I have to be more positive. Like, people always say I'm the most negative caster out there in the scene, but yeah, like here right now, it's hard for me to find something positive. I know it's a Naga, and I know there's always potential when there's a Naga or anti-mage or whatnot, but right now, like, I'm just looking at those graphs, and like, if they come back on this would remind me of the DK LGD game at the TI or something, because there they also came back from 22k or so. But this is heading towards soon a 20k advantage in both graphs, or more even. I just don't see how this is stopping. 3 Midas is ticking, controlling I don't know, more than half of the map at the moment. 2 jungles, like 3 lanes. Like, the lane presence at the moment of Polar is just crazy.
It is. Bottom lane is pushing a little bit for Hellraisers, but that's just more farm for the Visage. There's not anything they're going to be able to do after that. And even though Visage backed off for a Midas, Mech, and a Medallion, is still going to have a decently timed Aghanim Scepter for his support, currently the 4th highest farmed hero in this game, since Lil's just gotten so much room, and that's completely acceptable for them. Batrider doesn't really need anything more. I think the hope for Hellraisers to get back into this game is the high ground defense of a lifetime. It's going to involve Virtus Pro Polar getting out of position, all clumped up inside a 5-man black hole, as well as the macro part being on the ground throughout all of that. And that also requires that Illidan doesn't pop the BKB, because we saw how that black hole down in the bottom fight went. If he has the BKB, the follow-up damage just isn't there for Hellraisers. The physical damage is limited to the Naga Siren, and that right now is very, very lackluster. She doesn't have the stats to follow it up. And Illidan, you were talking about a Maelstrom on Slark. Slark's going to purchase up an entire Mjolnir, and he's going to have that flying out to himself momentarily. Just needs a little bit more gold.
Oh, lasso. They found the lasso here on the poor Chikiro, pulling them back into the river, but in the river there's no water waiting. There is actually just fire. A lot of fire. Fire blast. Ignite, Firefly, everything with fire. Jesus Christ, just the fishy is actually adding something non-fiery. Either way, it's gonna be the 18th kill at the moment for Virtus Pro Polar, and I don't know, maybe they go for Roshan, maybe they go for tier 2. Like, these 2 objectives are still up, like 2 more tier 2 towers and Roshan. Like, it's either or for Virtus Pro Polar. I think they could do both. But then again, it seems like they're happy with just farming away. They're like, yo guys, we get this to like 30k advantage, and then we just finish it in one go. I don't know what their goal is, but at the moment, farm in a way is one thing, capitalizing on certain fights, etc. is the other. At the moment, they're not capitalizing on it, but sure, let's see where this is heading.
Yeah. This is the finals of a tournament, so going for the conservative play definitely does make a little bit of sense for VPP, and I think they're justified in doing so just because of the rate that they're farming ahead of the enemy team. Illidan's attack speed is absolutely redonkulous. With the Bloodlust as well as a handful of Essence Shift, it really is. Like, he only has 4 stacks of Essence Shift and he's almost hitting at max attack speed already. If he gets a Basher on top of this, he's just going to rip apart Hellraisers.
Absolutely, and well, we also have like a very magical number for like before us, because it's 18 and 3. Give this 4 more kills and we have the 3-2-2 in reverse order. So let's see where this is coming. Illidan is definitely waiting to make it the 19th kill here, but then again, Hellraisers, they are in a position where Illidan should not go in there. Like, we saw it in the past, Hellraisers, they don't hold back even committing like a black hole solely to Illidan. So yeah, he's just hanging around here, but he might still do it. The only thing he has to fear is the Enigma. But he might find the Pugna. Pugna now alone in the jungle. Jesus Christ. But they're wards. They actually saw him, but still, Aphonia, he's going back. But is that enough damage? No, it's so close. It's like 250 damage. At the same time, though, in the mid, we've Batrider found the Dazzle here. And do we have a Crave TP out? Is that it? Or no, the birds. The birds will interrupt this. This is kill number 19, and there's nothing Hellraisers can do.
Midas gaming from both sides right now for Hellraisers. It's a desperation move. Like,
but bottom, we might actually get a ruin on our numbers here as the Zeus. But the Zeus is so angry, he's turning it around. He doesn't care, he's just standing in the macro pyre like a man. Artist, he does not use the song because he knew DK Phobos still has the BKB on, would have killed him. So that's kill number 22 going down, and it's not just like a support, it's actually Artist going down there as well. And yeah. Gork is actually the one who makes it out. He should have sacrificed his life for the Naga staying alive, in my opinion, but they did it the other way around.
Yeah, I don't think there's really... It feels so bleak. I would love to say that there's comeback potential for Hellraisers, and it would be incredible if they're able to pull this off. Roshan's going to be taken by the Slark and company. Very easy for them to accomplish that one with Bloodlust as well as the medallion on the Visage. Honestly surprised they hadn't taken it earlier. But either way...
Look at the crafts. This is not funny anymore. We're looking at a 27k lead at the moment in experience and gold. We achieved the 20k already, working towards the 25k mark. Like, 2 more kills and we have the perfect number, and I think that's about time when Hellraisers GG out of this game. But they're right. I mean, they're right with one thing. At the moment, they're holding back. They're trying to keep up the farm somehow, which they obviously fail. Like, that is what the graph shows. Virtus Pro Polar, they're not going aggressive. They're just happy with here and there a kill. But Hellraisers, they're not GGing out till they proved that they can prevail, for example, in a fight. If they find a good black hole, then a lot of gold, a lot of experience is suddenly going Hellraiser's way, and we talk about like 6, 7, 8k gold and experience swings if they actually win a fight. So of course there is comeback potential, but with each and every kill and each and every k we see on that graph climbing towards like Virtus Pro, I lose the faith in the comeback. The froze and the comeback is not real anymore.
With the changes to gold bounty, even though they have been nerfed severely, if you look at the advantage that's so great that it seems like there's no hope, the experience and gold that they'll get from a single kill, especially on the Slark, is immense. So I think that's the only thing Hellraisers can actually bank on. Macropar used to farm Goritz is screwed.
Oh, Gorik. This is bad news, and he's Dark Pacting the Yule Scepter right away, and that is kill number 21. The dream is real, boys. We're gonna get a 2-2-3. The godlike here on Illidan is just the start of, or the beginning of the end. That's how you say it. And maybe they're gonna get a tower here in the mid. But let's see. Bottom, we have Artis versus the Visage. The Visage should be careful though, because there is a second guy around. It is the Pugna, and together with the Ensnare, I thought they might have the power to do it, but they're not even trying. Instead, they're gonna lose a tier 2 tower in the mid, and seems like Hellraisers, they don't care. And the Batrider. He wants to find the 22nd kill.
He definitely does. Up in the air looking for a blink in. Illidan has the Aegis, so even if he drops low, it doesn't matter. Has his passive to heal back up. They want to find that kill, but they're also content going for these tier 2 towers. This is going to be the last one falling. On the Dire side, there's not much that Hellraisers can do about that at all. And right now, VPP, they're going to hit their peak ability to fight very shortly. These Midases are getting close to the point where they can sell them off and pick up a really big ticket item. Refresher almost up for the Zeus. My goodness, DK Phobos' damage is going to be immense. If you look at the HP pools on Hellraisers, it's not looking great if your name is Dazzle or if your name is Pugna, heck, even if you're the Naga Siren.
To be honest, this game might actually go in the history of Dota 2 stats. I mean, first of all, we have a 30k experience lead, and they're still climbing. I've never seen in my entire caster career more than 30k. I mean, I've seen 30k in really, really bad games, but more than 30k, 35, 40 or something, that's not even possible, but there it is. The dream is real. The ultimate just got it, and Artis is down around the Roche pit. It's 2-2-3, boys. Let the spam begin.
My goodness, we've actually made it. This is all that we've been waiting for. And
oh, this game is so much fun actually. But maybe now Hellraiser starts to play. But no, BKB is on, and Gorak, oh my god, he tried to instantly TP. But yeah, they ruined the number right now. They ruined the number. It's 23-3. Still, another kill for Virtus Pro Polar, and I don't know, Hellraisers. I don't know. This is right now. They're surrounded, and there's nothing they can do. Like level-wise, they're so far behind. Like if you look at all the stats, like they're almost cut in two pieces, where green is top and red is bottom. It's like two different worlds at the moment. Of course, Midnight Pulse is gonna help a bit, like defending that base. But in theory, if they want to split push, they could totally do it. I don't see Hellraisers like preventing that from happening.
Yeah, there really isn't anything that VP Polar could really mess up now. I think just going for a 5-man push down one of these lanes is probably the right choice. It's hesitant to do that up against the Black Hole, but if you're not comfortable doing this at a 27,000 team net worth advantage and almost 40k in the experience, when are you ever going to be comfortable doing it?
Good question. Good question. And at the moment, I mean, all this experience and gold lead, it's not getting better by sitting in your base. That's the problem, but they don't have any options. If they go out, they will be caught out by someone, like, for example, the Batrider. But at the moment, the Lasso went into the linkage. That was a very nice reaction, so they have to go back. Two PKBs, pop for it, and Gorak, oh my god, finds himself here, being picked up by Illidano, and the Zeus going for the double wobble. And that translates into 2 kills, and the Slark gets the Dazzle as well. So even without entering the base, just getting 3 kills right away. That's 26-3. And Jesus Christ, guys, go high crown. Like, because this is a game that you have to finish, otherwise the numbers are getting ridiculous. We have 27k in gold and 35k in experience now. The highest I've ever seen as a caster. But they're holding on. They're holding on. I want to see a black hole. At least one. Give us a big fat black hole.
I want something to get hyped about. Like, I don't have... I don't know why VPP are holding back. Are they trying to, like, break their spirits? They have an Abyssal now in their slug. Officially is almost 6-slotted. He can replace that Midas with something. Scotty's probably the only item that comes to mind, but as far as impact is concerned, I think he's pretty much capped out. Level 24, he has one more level, but what does that actually mean? It's a little bit more stats, not much else.
That's the funny part. Like, I mean, the experience graph will be capped soon, and we just did it. 40k. Like, make a screenshot of this. Like, oh, actually, damn it. I'll make just a screenshot of this. 40k versus Hellraisers here. This is just nuts. This is just nuts. I've never seen this before. But, well, Hellraisers, they're not impressed. They're like, yo, guys, we still have our base. Everything's alright.
Yeah. Apparently, there's going to be a lasso. Poor Dazzle. Dread. Fire Blast 1 doesn't multicast Zeus ultimate. He's gone, although he will get off the grave beforehand. Everybody's just falling to the might of Slark as Illidan cleans up inside the base. That's going to be Mag securing himself a killing spree. Double kill for Illidan. And please, for the love of all that's holy, VPP, push the base.
Yeah, like, this is, I mean, it's a best of 5. Virtus Pro already has 1 game advantage. Hellraiser's there, they're holding on. They're like, yo guys, if you don't go for the base, we play this game like forever. But now, the Slark is starting, going for the range tracks first, just to be 100% safe, I guess. And now we have the Meteorex under under attack. But all the others, they're like, I don't know, still sticking around. The Zeus is even farming the small camp in the jungle just to get the maximum of GPM out of this. But yeah, I just don't see it happening. We need the black hole of all times to make this game somehow turn around.
Okay, so you know what they're doing. VPP. They are farming fantasy points. Take a look at those. 14.2 on the Slark, 11.6. It's dirty. Honestly,
it's dirty.
I don't see anything else. They're going to pop their BKBs. Artist forced this song, but Black King Bar doesn't care about your beautiful song, Naga. Naga has Boots of Travel, Manta, Radiance. At this point in the game, not going to cut the cake. Artist is forced away from her base. Like, Artist can't be anywhere safe on Naga's side of the map. This is scary. This is scary.
Well, they got 2 lanes of Rex. Actually, well, range Rex is on like half HP, but they're not giving up at the moment. Oh, maybe we found here something on DK Phobos. There's the ultimate. They actually see where Artist is, and now he has to get the hell out of here really, really fast. Is there a flame break? Anything to stop him? Nope. Unfortunately, Batrider, even with a Mask of Madness, not fast enough to find him there. That would have been an important kill. Still, like Hellraisers, they're not giving up. I guess this is some sort of Russian Bride thing, where you just fight to the death. It's victory or death. Lokta Oga. For all the WoW people out there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. For now, it looks like it's a good day to die if you're Hellraisers. I don't really see them coming out with a kill. Let's see. Oh, Goritz. Again, Illidan Stormrage is just going to be able to get that pounce. Abyssal Blade, he's gone. Nothing else you can do.
Like, if there would be clown points, I'd mark this 10 out of 10. And the Batrider finding someone, displacing really fast, but the net holding him still somehow off the high ground, but now the flame break, pushing him below, and now he's, I don't know. This is really, really bad news standing there. Illidan is actually gonna finish him off, and they're still in the base. And, oh, FNG, do we see a kill for Hellraisers? No, we don't. FNG is just getting that multicast hub. Like, maybe they just want to get that 1 kill. Maybe that's Hellraisers' objective, getting 1 kill and then tabbing out for game number 3.
Maybe. We'll have to see. How do they actually get that 1 kill? Who's the easiest target to kill off? Visage currently with 2k HP and Gravekeeper's Cloak 2222 on the Ogre Magi HP bar as well. Jakiro picks up a Midas. This goal for Hellraisers is to out-minus the enemy team. They are currently running with 4. Naga Siren, I think she needs to step up her game and pick 1 up, because honestly, there's no item that's going to get you back into this. Even if Naga Siren was 6-slotted, she'd be the only one that's 6-slotted on our team. And DP Polar, they'd be able to kill her. As long as they isolated the real Naga, and with the Zeus ultimate to find her out, it would be really easy. Virtus Pro, they're going to sit back and farm.
If you actually look for a target to like easily kill, it would be the Batrider. He's the one with the lowest armor at the moment, 6 armor and only 1.5k HP. All the others, they sit around like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4k HP with like, I don't know, up to 15, 20 armor or something. But Gorak dares to go out of the base, but the Batrider is already on the way, but he's dewatting now with the gem he has, and he's so fast at the moment, he can head towards Gorak, and the Flame Break actually interrupts him. BKB on, and he's just going for the right clicks. No, never mind that. DK Phobo is like, yo, kill secured, double ultimate for that.
Imagine if we had a Bloodseeker in this game. Just imagine. That Zeus ultimate would put Bloodseeker at such a high amounts of speed he could run across the map in no time flat. I don't know. I don't
Before that movement speed nerf, that would have been just nuts.
Oh yeah.
Remember when the Bloodseeker came out, like that first patch after they changed him? It was just ridiculous. Like, he could get absolute crazy amounts of movement speed, like just by people being low, like all 5 of them. Oh, it's just insane. But either way, Hellraisers, they just saw that Roshan went down. The Aegis actually went to Visage. Like, it's not like he is afraid of anything, because that guy, like Visage, look at this, Gravekeeper's Cloak. Like, he has 45 plus armor. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. That about sums it up. We were almost at the dream. If Hellraisers could give up one of their kills.
The new dream is 3-3-3. Like, yeah. Triple free. Triple free. But, oh, there's a smoke by Hellraisers. The comeback is absolutely real, guys. We're gonna see the biggest black hole of all times. And then a turnaround we've never seen before in Dota history.
Are you ready for this?
Look at it go.
It's not going. Smoke.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming.
Okay. Goddamn.
Oh god.
In position. No blink dagger on this Enigma. He's going to be able to walk in for a 5-man black hole.
Now. Oh, maybe not. Now, maybe not. Oh,
Midas
no.
is...
No, he just needed to use the Midas. He just needed to use the Midas. But BKB on everything in there, and I don't know, they found Artis, but everybody's just listening to her song, and she's just running out. Is the Enigma getting in position? Yes, they got Illidan Storm Rage, but he's of course already in his ultimate, so nothing's really happening there. So far, nobody died. There it is. The first two instant buybacks. They're trying to really hold this, but Pagna is dying as well. Dread doesn't get anything off, and well, H's. That's the biggest achievement right now, but look at it. Enigma just running in, but Illidan, he doesn't care. Just the right clicks. All 5 of them are down, and Jesus. Now there comes the GG. No, never mind. The GG actually comes by Illidan. That was like the fake GG to bait Virtus Pro into giving up their game by the automated GG in the game. I don't know.
My goodness.
That was the last attempt.
A massacre. Okay. Like, it's not a surgical execution. Like, it was a bloody mess. They got obliterated. But
look
if
at
I'm
the
Hellraisers...
points.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. 13k. So for all those who play fantasy leagues and you got Illidan Storm Rage in your team, congratulations. You just made a huge leap with your team. Either way, guys, this is a whole best of 5. Virtus Pro went in there with already 1 game advantage. The second game was, I don't know, definitely nothing for children's eyes. And let's see. Game number 3 will up. Will it be a 3-0? That's the question.
If I'm Hellraisers, I'm not going to let that get me down. Yeah, that game was pretty much over by the end of it. You can't really talk much more about it. Either way, let's see if they're going to be able to come back. It is Hellraisers on the ropes in this Yard Red Festival finals. See you soon.